As a former Olympian, what do you think are the challenges which are currently being experienced in our sport today?
In Zimbabwe, we are facing a lot of challenges in terms of sport development. Why? Because let me highlight on the issue of facilities. We seem to have challenges in terms of sporting facilities. I'll give an example of soccer. Our stadium, most of our stadiums, they don't meet the requirements needed by FIFA. Then I'll go to athletics. We don't have tartan tracks. Most of the tartan tracks are old. We've got the National Sports Stadium, the University of Zimbabwe, and the one at White City Sport Stadium is not yet complete, and the other one at NAST, which is which is not enough. I would propose that we should have at least 2 tartan tracks per province, so that our athletes have somewhere to use for training. Then the other issue is we've seen some challenges where most of the sporting facilities are being turned either into residentials and so on, or some are in the state of neglect. So we need to do something. So that's one of the major challenges which is affecting our athletes. Then the other issue is about we are lagging behind in terms of technology. We don't have electronic timing systems. Our athletes, if they want to qualify for certain events, they need to go outside the country to do that. But we can do it locally. How many people have got enough funds to go outside the country just to qualify for an event? Look now at the Olympic Games, we only have 2 athletes who have qualified. The first one was a marathon run, because in marathon it's like you're just running along the road, so it's easy to qualify. But for him to qualify, he cannot qualify locally because we don't have certified routes for an athlete to qualify. You have to go outside the country, so our athlete has to qualify from USA and then Spain. Then the other issue which is affecting us is about support. Athletes need support for us to develop. When I talk of support, anyone who is representing the country or who is carrying the Zimbabwean flag should be supported by the government. I've seen a lot of athletes, they are failing to meet their invitations because of lack of funds. We have seen through the media that a lot of athletes are suffering because they are being stranded because of lack of funds. I think the government must take charge for athletes who are representing the nation. Since they are carrying the Zimbabwean flag, this will assist them, this will reduce the burden to athletes. Because most of athletes, they tend to beg. I've seen teams, when they're about to travel, when they're about to represent the country, you see begging throughout, which is not healthy. So the government must do something in order to support the athletes. Then the other issue is about coaching. We need to capacity develop the coaches, because the coaches, they are the people who are behind the success of athletes. If they are not fully equipped with the required information or skills, then they will pass the wrong skills to the athlete, and at the end we don't produce athletes. Otherwise, these are some of the things which I feel if they are addressed, they can assist us in producing good athletes for Zimbabwe.
Thank you very much, sir. Finally, looking at the appointment of Minister Coventry to the Sports Ministry, we are hearing some negativities around that appointment. People are saying the minister failed the last time. As a former Olympian, and Minister Coventry is a former Olympian, do you think she's the best fit for that ministerial post?
Firstly, I just want to say to the President, Comrade Mnangagwa, he has done the perfect job, the greatest job of appointing Honorable Kirsty Coventry as the Minister of Sports. she's the right candidate for that post. Why should I say so? Kirsty Coventry, or should I say Dr. Kirsty Coventry, she's a person of principles. She do what we call best practice in sports. So when you see there's no best practice in sports, that's why people tend to clash. Kirsty Coventry, she's leading in the, she's taking a lot of roles in the International Olympic Committee. She was the former athletes chair of IOC, and right now she's organizing a lot of events for IOC. When we talk of IOC, we are looking at the highest stage of sport administration. So if you say she's failing in Zimbabwe, why? So for her to succeed, we need to rally behind her. Let's support her and see how she can do it. She can, if we give her all the support she needs, then Zimbabwe will be somewhere else. Look at IOC, what's happening at IOC. Everywhere it's about Kirsty, and from the grapevine, or should I say grapevine, she's about, or should I say, she's the right candidate to take over from Thomas Bach as the IOC president. So for us in Zimbabwe to say Kirsty Coventry is not doing well, I say no. She just needs our support. Let's support her. As an Olympian, I understand her, because as a part of the Olympic values, we talk of best practice in sports, of which most people, they don't understand what are best practice in sports. Kirsty Coventry is against corruption in sports. Kirsty Coventry is against manipulation in sports. So though most people who are against her, they want, they've got hidden agenda. But for me as an Olympian, I give Kirsty Coventry 100% support. And I encourage all other athletes to support Kirsty if you want to achieve. Because for her to win a medal at the Olympic Games, it's not easy. It is someone who is principled. That's why you see leading various portfolios in the IOC, because she knows what she's doing. So I should conclude by saying, let's rally behind Kirsty and see what she's going to do for us as a nation.
Maybe final question, what kind of support must she be given by Zimbabweans?
The first support is to do what she orders should be done. That's the first support. Then the second support is to do best practice in sports. If we do best practice in sports, then automatically, or should I say, if we do what we call, we follow Olympic values. If the moment you follow Olympic values, everything goes smoothly in sports. So that's the type of support I think we should give to Kirsty.
Thank you very much for your time, sir.
Okay, thank you.